My name is Jennifer Goodman Lynn. I am from Livingston, New Jersey. I have a wonderful family. I have an amazing mother and father who I love. I have an amazing husband. I'm so lucky. I don't know how I could have ever gotten through this or get through this without them.
Jennifer Goodman Lynn's motto is, "I may have cancer, but cancer doesn't have me." During her treatment at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York, she vowed to give back to her doctors for the amazing care she received as a patient there. So she created Cycle for Survival, an indoor cycling fundraiser that has raised more than $8.5 million for rare cancer research, which is grossly underfunded, yet affects 50% of the people who have cancer. The annual event is now in gyms all across the country, including one started this year right here in Jen's hometown of Livingston. Joining me now are Jen's proud parents and co-founders of the Cycle for Survival, Len and Sandy Goodman. Len, Sandy, welcome to you.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, and thanks for having us.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, and you know, I guess one that gets this kind of life-altering news can go in two different ways. Either to, you know, go into despair and let it get to you, or in the alternative to turn it into something where the world is really going to benefit. So with the support of her great parents and her husband, that's what your daughter has done.
She is an amazing young woman. She refuses to give up. She fights. Just a few months ago, she faced death in the eye and death back down. And she's continuing to fight and do all that she has to do to beat this disease.
Well, you know, it's the classic, idyllic, you know, Essex County suburban upbringing. You know, Livingston, New Jersey, her successful brother, Duke undergrad, Harvard Business School, hired an chief executive to a major company, and then, you know, 7 years ago, the terrible news came forward that you have cancer, and one that was rare and not a great survival rate.
Yeah, one of the problems is that Jennifer says when you get a rare cancer, that's bad enough when somebody tells you that you have cancer, but when you have a situation where they tell you that there's no cure and they really don't know what they're going to do going forward, that's a real problem.
Well, what's amazing about it, Sandy, is that, you know, the 50%, you know, we said it just in the open, but 50% of the people diagnosed with cancer, it's a rare cancer and thus grossly underfunded, and as opposed to, you know, colorectal, lung cancer, you know, the breast cancer. We know that the money and the research can do wonders.
Exactly. She has said on many occasions, this is the best thing that ever happened to her. And as a parent, you can imagine our reaction. But she really feels that now she prioritizes and treasures every single day. And we can appreciate that. We all talk the talk, but we don't do that. And she really does now. She values every friend she makes. She is into family like she's never been before, although she's always been a very great kid.
It's a lesson for all of us, truth be told,
it's
on
a lesson.
Because who knows what tomorrow will bring, and you know, you get into the throes of a winter like this past one, and you're just wishing it away, and it's like, wait, I'm wishing my life away, and
right.
Why? So it's cold.
Yeah, and she's
Relish
often
the day.
spoken about how one person can make a difference. Be proactive. If there's a passion, if there's something important in your life and you want to do something about it, don't articulate, just go do it. And she's done it. And so we're extremely proud of them.
Well, now let's talk about really the efforts and how people, frankly, at home can continue to get involved and have this expand. You know, $8.5 million is an incredible amount of money. You know, talk about the beginnings and where we are now. You actually have like Seth Meyers from Saturday Night Live that's a part of it, and a bunch of celebrities that have now joined in to be a part of the fundraising.
This started 5 years ago in a small gym in Equinox Gym in New York. With 50 bikes, and they hope to raise $25,000. That was the goal. And we all said, how are you going to do it? You're not going to raise $25,000.
Right.
And it turned out that first time she raised $200,000. And this past event that is going on now is already $4.3 million just this year. It's a big cycling event in New York. A lot of people have gotten involved. The networks have gotten involved. Memorial Sloan Kettering, of course, is partnering with them. And there's a very important thing why this charity is somewhat different than maybe other charities. First of all, it was started by a patient. So it's the largest patient-started charity in the history of the hospital. Secondly, 100%.
That in and of itself is an amazing legacy, by the way.
It is because you know, patients have to be focused on their own cure. And here, she is
Right.
focused on something else.
I threw you off, Len. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's okay. Secondly, 100 cents of every dollar, every penny goes to research. Not one penny goes to overhead or administrative expenses. That's an agreement with the hospital. Secondly, because of the way it's set up, it normally takes about 5 years from the time an idea originates with the doctors and the researchers till they get their idea to the patient, because they have to get funding, they have to get seed money before they can start. Because of the way this is turned around, they get to the patient 15 months after the idea starts, which is unheard of. We don't know of any other charity that can do that. So it's amazing, and time in cancer is very important. So this is getting to the patients quickly, and there already are 13 trials actively being undergone right now from the money that's been raised from Psychosurvival.
Exactly.
You know, Len, we were talking off air, and it's one thing to say 50% of all cancers, but let's think about all cancers. How many people are to be diagnosis out of the normal population? What are the stats that you know of?
I think that last year, 1,000,000 some odd, 600,000, 700,000 people were diagnosed with cancer. 500 and some odd thousand died. So cancer is now going to surpass, is about to surpass heart disease as the biggest killer of Americans.
It's just horrible.
And
Jennifer?
it's all about money. When it comes down to it, you know, I mean, the
I know,
science
it's
is
all
there
about money.
with the focused effort to eradicate.
Exactly. But we're very positive and we're very excited about now it's in 13 states in the United States. We're in 2 foreign countries this year. Yeah. Hong Kong, England. And we have reason to believe, it's very, very exciting, that the initiative is now in a position, from all the barometers we've been told, to be a national brand going forward in the very near future. A very successful, huge national brand. It's exciting, it's vital.
You know, yeah, and I have to say, it feels like that already. It's like
Yeah.
Cycle for Survival. You know, you mention it, and it kind of rings a bell.
5,000 people this year.
That is just a super number, and prompts to those 5,000. Not all of them necessarily are touched, you know, necessarily directly by cancer, but are just touched by you and your family and your daughter and others that they might know in their lives, and they're out there working.
And it's called Cycle for Survival, but the cycling part is symbolic, in that Jen's always saying, sports for survival. Just keep yourself in good physical shape. Just make your body the toughest machine so that if you have to deal with this, you can hopefully get the best outcome. And we have people all over the country swimming and walking and dancing and all kinds of events going on, contributing to this movement. So it's really exciting. She's really encouraging people to just take care of themselves.
Well, it's a great thought for all of us, but to me, it's just an inspiring story for everyone that's listening, and for me personally, just to know what your family has done in taking, you know, the most difficult news you could have, whether as an individual or as parents, and really turning it into something that you're going to have impact on people's lives who will never know your name.
You know, she's undergone 6 surgeries. She's now, in this year, gone 5 different chemotherapy treatments. The last surgery proved unsuccessful, and the tumors became very aggressive. And in October, November, they were preparing us, the doctors were preparing us for the worst. And they had one last option, and they tried it, and thank God, it seems to be working.
So you have to believe.
So you have to believe, and now as a result of the testing that she's undergone and so forth, there appear to be other options that may be available for her in the future, and this is what's available for everybody. That's the idea. It's going to be available for everybody, and people will live longer, they'll live better lives, and hopefully they'll be cured.
Well, there's an old adage of God gives it to those who could take it, and it goes beyond it with how you've handled it, not only gracefully, but turned it into something that's going to be leave a gift for the entire world. So,
thank you.
My thanks and love and prayers to you and your entire family.
Well, thank you, Jen.
Thank you so much.